Good evening. Hey, Truth Seekers. Cut the music. Cut the music. Thank you very much. Hey, Truth Seekers. Welcome to the program tonight. State of the Union night. He'll be coming out here in a few moments. I just have to tell you that the city of Atlanta and environs, all 6 million of us who are settled in here in the 14-county area that make up Metro Atlanta, it has been an absolute catastrophe today. We we were notified this afternoon about 1 o'clock that the schools were going to get out early, about an hour and a half early. So we went to pick up Molly. We got her and came home. And as we were coming home, the snow started. And we made it home, of course, built a big fire in the fireplace. It's about 14 degrees out right now. But the snow and the ice started, and at the very time all of this started, to show you how brilliant capitalist America is, the different companies that are headquartered here in Atlanta, all the different businesses, they said, okay, everybody go home. So everybody started to head home. To make a long story short, we have, right now, it is 9:08 here in the East, and there are still school buses that have not dropped off the kids. Some of the school buses have pulled into the nearest schools so the kids can stay overnight. There have been literally hundreds of smash-ups on the 4 interstates that intersect here in Atlanta. It's just unbelievable. And what we have done tonight for entertainment, and I'm not saying this to mock these poor bastards who are caught in this, but we've been watching the 3 or 4 different network affiliates here in Atlanta, their coverage. And some of the video that we have seen, just oceans of taillights or oceans of headlights, absolutely stopped, absolutely gridlocked. And it made me think, what if there was an emergency where we had to evacuate Atlanta, like, you know, one of the nuclear reactors around here go belly up? There would be no way in hell. And this is not just true with Atlanta. This is true with every huge metro area that I can think of. Now, the first question, of course, is why wasn't Department of Transportation ready? They were ready. Not the way they get ready in Detroit or Minneapolis or Chicago. I think we have like 73 sand trucks to cover a couple hundred miles of interstates here. But by ready, what they meant by ready was to have the trucks ready to go, rather than have them positioned out on these various interstates where they're going to be needed. Okay, that's the beginning of the tragedy. Here's the next step. When the traffic here started to gridlock on 4 interstates, and I mean gridlock, there was no movement. People that normally took 30 minutes to get home were still sitting in this traffic 4.5, 5, 6 hours later. It's just an absolute mind blower. But the sand trucks and the salt trucks couldn't get through to salt and sand the roads. You know why? Because the geniuses who believe that they have a right to do whatever they want to do, the people in the cars, they went on the emergency lanes, right on the shoulder of the road, the emergency lanes, where they call emergency lanes for a reason, in case there's an emergency, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense? Makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Of course it makes sense. But to the brain-dead half-wits here in Metro Atlanta, it just meant, hey, goddamn, I'm going to get over there. I'm not going to stay. Well, as a result, everything came to a halt. All these smash-ups, ambulances couldn't get to anybody. The snow kept coming. The ice kept forming. Now, here's the thing. Tonight, the low temperature here in Atlanta is supposed to be like 12 degrees. So whatever has melted on the roads because of all this traffic is going to freeze again. I don't know why I told you all that, except it's not something that is that pertains only to Atlanta. Here in the South, of course, they're not prepared for this. They don't know what the hell to do. I have a son in Charleston who is works in an emergency room of a hospital, and he told me that there is they are preparing for just chaos in Charleston, South Carolina, which is sort of on the coast. Savannah, Georgia, is supposed to be hit by an ice storm tonight to end all ice storms. And all the way up through Norfolk, Virginia, into Northern Virginia, tragedy, trouble. But we're here. We did not have a power failure. And we have to get through some of the State of the Union bullcrap before we get into the program tonight. So I hope you will bear with me.